Hey guys, today we are doing central and inscribed angles. We are going to go ahead and start with central angles. From your vocab sheet that you did before, you should know that a central angle has the vertex at the center of the circle. So angle ABC is a central angle because the vertex of that angle is at the center of the circle. So what I need you to know about central angles, the measure of angle B is equal to the measure of arc AC. And there's a lot of symbols going on here. Just so you know, guys, geometry has a ton of symbols, so make sure you know how to read them. So this says the measure of angle B, which is this one, is equal to the measure of arc AC. Arc AC is this one, so they are going to be the same. Okay, make sure you know that. So in our example right here, we have another central angle. We know this because the vertex is at the center of the circle. So I know that the angle is going to equal the arc. So I can set it to x equals 144. And to get x, I'm going to divide by 2. Get my answer, x equals 72. Now something I also need you to keep in mind, so we're going to note this. This was also in your vocab, but just in case you forgot, the measure of a circle is always 360 degrees. Doesn't matter how big that circle is, it is always 360. So what that means is if this arc right here was 144, we call this a minor arc because it's less than 180. So this minor arc is 144, and the whole circle is 360. If I do 360 minus 144, I get the other side. So that means the major arc is 216. So you can figure out different things about these. So that is central angles. Next is inscribed angles. And what I need you to do about inscribed angles, the measure of an inscribed angle is half the measure of its intercepted arc. So here I have an inscribed angle, which we know from our vocab sheet. An inscribed angle is an angle whose vertex is on the perimeter of the circle, okay, or the circumference. So the vertex is on the circle. Anytime you have a vertex on the circle, it is inscribed. So vertex in the middle is central, vertex on the circle, inscribed. I need you to know the difference. It is a key part of this whole unit. Central angle, vertex in the middle, inscribed angle, vertex on the edge. So what I need you to know about this one, so we'd have the measure of angle B. This is going to be 1/2 the measure of arc AC. So whatever B is, it is half of your arc. So if your arc was 100, B is 50. Okay? And vice versa. If B is 50, your arc is 100. It's going to be the arc is twice the angle or the angle is half the arc. Doesn't matter. Same thing. Just know that these two, if you double the angle, you get the arc. If you take the arc and you cut it in half, you get the angle. So we're going to do this example real quick. So in this example, you're looking for angle B. Notice I gave you major arc AB, which is 194, and minor arc BC, which is 47. But X is half of arc AC. It's half of the arc that's in the middle of the angle. So my angle opens here, kind of like an ice cream cone. Okay, so the arc that's inside the angle is the one that it's half of. So I need to figure out what this arc is first before I can get that angle. Now I know that the entire circle is 360, so if I do 360 minus 194 minus 47, I should get this arc. Let me do that real quick. and I just got 119. So if the arc is 119, the angle is going to be half of that, 59.5. Now, it is really important for you guys to be able to recognize central and inscribed angles. This is super, super, super important. So at the bottom here, take a second, pause the video if you need to copy this. It says, which of the following is an inscribed angle? Okay, I have so many students that are not able to recognize the difference between central and inscribed, and that's why they're getting problems wrong. I need you to know the difference. So A, this is a central angle. The vertex is at the center. B, this is not central or inscribed. The vertex is outside of the circle. C, this is not central or inscribed. The vertex is inside the circle and not at the center. D has my vertex on the circle. This one is inscribed. I need you to know the difference. It is super important. All right, a couple more things and we're done. So one thing I need you to know is that two inscribed angles that intercept the same arc are congruent. So what that means is, let's say I have this angle here. It's inscribed because the vertex is on the circle. So we're going to call this angle A, B, C. And I have another angle that has the same arc. So notice angle ABC has arc AC. This arc is inside the angle. So let's make another angle, and we'll call it ADC, because I already used B. Notice angle ADC also has arc AC. So if you have two inscribed angles, and they have the exact same arc, that means angle D is congruent to angle B. This is the symbol for congruent, in case you forgot. It's an equal sign with a squiggle on top. It means they are exactly the same. Next thing I need you to know, if you have an angle inscribed in a semicircle, so this is a semicircle, it's half a circle. If it is inscribed in here, so that means the vertex is on the circle, anytime this happens, it is automatically a right angle. Okay, this makes sense because remember, angles are half their arc. Well, if it's inscribed in a semicircle, that means the arc is 180. Therefore, the angle has to be 90. So that makes sense. And last one. Opposite angles of a quadrilateral inscribed in a circle are supplementary. There's a lot of vocab words here. So opposite angles, remember these are ones literally on opposite sides. They're not beside each other. A quadrilateral is a four-sided shape. Inscribed means the vertex is on the circle. So because it has four vertices, all four of them are going to be on the circle. And supplementary means they add up to 180. So let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to draw quadrilateral. So this is quadrilateral ABCD. Okay, it is inscribed because every vertex is on the circle. It's a quadrilateral because it has four sides. Now it says opposite angles are supplementary. What that means is angle B and D are opposite of each other. And they're supplementary, which means they add to 180. So angle B plus angle D equals 180. And angle A plus angle C equals 180. That is because they are opposite of each other. So make sure you have all of these written down. You're going to need to have them to reference when you're doing your classwork.